many people believe that eggs clog arteries, cause cholesterol to skyrocket, and increase the risk of a heart attack at any moment. But the truth is completely different. Have you ever wondered what happens to your body if, after the age of 60, you eat 2 eggs every day? I am Dr. Emily Carter, with over 20 years of experience caring for the health of older adults in America, and today I want to expose the most common myths about eggs, misconceptions that may have caused you to miss out on a natural nutritional pill sitting right in your kitchen. Just imagine, a small morning habit could determine your muscle strength, your brain sharpness, whether your eyes can resist macular degeneration, and even your long-term heart health. I have witnessed many of my patients transform simply by eating eggs the right way. Yet I have also seen others worsen because of false beliefs they held onto for decades. Think about it. How many times have you thrown away the egg yolk because you feared it had too much cholesterol, when in reality, that's where the choline, an essential nutrient for memory and brain health, is concentrated? Or maybe you eat just a couple of eggs for breakfast and assume that's enough, not realizing that after age 60, your body needs much more protein to reach the muscle-building threshold. And then there's the story many still believe, that eggs can cure anemia, when the reality is completely different. These are misconceptions I see again and again in my patients, and they're not just harmless. They can make you miss the chance to protect your health properly. In the next few minutes, I will reveal the 3 most dangerous mistakes most Americans over 60 make when it comes to eggs. But before we continue, I want you to pause and leave a comment. Do you eat eggs every day but still worry about your heart health? Have you ever thrown away the egg yolk because you thought it was harmful? Stay until the end, because the answer may completely change the way you look at eating 2 eggs a day. Now let's uncover the 3 common myths about eggs, and if you still believe in them, you may be missing out on a valuable source of daily nutrition. The first myth is throwing away the egg yolk because of the fear of cholesterol. The truth is, 1 large egg contains about 186 millimoles of cholesterol, but research from the American Heart Association has shown that for older adults with normal blood lipids, eating up to 2 eggs per day is completely safe. What matters is not the cholesterol in eggs, but the total amount of saturated fat in your overall diet. And the yolk is exactly where you'll find the most nutrition, about 147 millimoles of choline per egg, which is more than a quarter of your daily requirement, along with lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 powerful antioxidants that protect the eyes and help prevent macular degeneration. Throwing away the yolk means discarding the most nourishing part of the egg. The second myth is believing that just eating eggs for breakfast is enough. Eggs are indeed a high-quality source of protein, with about 6.3 grams of protein and 543 milligrams of leucine per egg, but they contain absolutely no fiber. After the age of 60, your body needs 21 to 30 grams of fiber per day to support digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce the risk of heart disease. If you only eat eggs, you will miss out on fiber and other essential micronutrients. A smart breakfast must be a combination: eggs paired with whole grains, vegetables, or fruit, providing both protein and fiber to keep your body strong and your energy steady throughout the morning. The third myth is that eggs can cure anemia. 1 egg provides only about 0.88 milligrams of iron, while the recommended daily intake for older adults is between 8 and 18 milligrams, depending on gender and health status. Moreover, proteins in egg whites can reduce the absorption of iron from other foods, making eggs a poor source of usable iron. If you are anemic, you need to focus on heme iron sources such as lean red meat and fish, or follow supplementation as prescribed by your doctor rather than relying on eggs. These 3 myths, avoiding the yolk, relying on eggs alone for breakfast, and believing that eggs can cure anemia, not only prevent you from taking full advantage of the nutritional value of eggs, but also risk misleading your daily dietary choices. In the next section, I will break down the precise nutritional profile of 1 large egg to show you why eating 2 eggs per day, when done the right way, can be a powerful tool to protect your body after the age of 60. So what kind of nutritional value does one egg, weighing about 50 grams, actually provide? A large egg of around 50 grams may look simple, but in reality, it is a miniature powerhouse of nutrition that every adult over 60 should understand to take full advantage of. First, it provides about 72 calories, which is very low in energy but extremely dense in nutrients. In terms of protein, each egg contains about 6.3 grams with all 9 essential amino acids, and especially around 543 moles of leucine, the amino acid that acts as the switch to trigger muscle protein synthesis. This number is crucial for older adults because after the age of 60, the body responds poorly to small amounts of protein and needs foods rich in leucine to combat muscle loss and declining strength. Beyond protein, eggs are one of the richest sources of choline, with about 147 milligrams per egg, nearly 30% of the daily recommended intake. Choline is essential for memory, neurotransmission, and liver function. Yet most Americans fall short of this nutrient. In addition, one egg provides about 0.45 micrograms of vitamin B12, supporting nerve cells and red blood cell production, and around 1 microgram of vitamin D, equivalent to 41 IU, which helps maintain strong bones and a resilient immune system. In terms of minerals, eggs are rich in selenium, with about 15 micrograms per egg, nearly 30% of the daily value, and they supply iodine, which is vital for thyroid health. Most importantly, the yolk contains about 252 micrograms of lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful carotenoids proven to reduce the risk of macular degeneration and cataracts, both leading causes of vision loss in older adults. What makes many people nervous is the cholesterol content, around 186 mg per egg. But as I've explained before, this is not dangerous when consumed as part of a balanced diet that limits saturated fat. Taken as a whole, one egg is essentially like a natural multivitamin pill, low in calories, high in quality protein, and packed with essential vitamins and minerals. And when you eat 2 eggs per day, these numbers double, creating a measurable impact on your muscles, heart, eyes, and brain. In the next section, I will show you exactly what happens when adults over 60 maintain the habit of eating 2 eggs a day. When you are over 60 and maintain the habit of eating 2 eggs every day, your body will receive a series of clear benefits that science has already proven. The first benefit is for muscles. 2 eggs provide about 12.6 grams of protein and more than 1.1 grams of leucine. Leucine is the key amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis. In older adults, to overcome age-related anabolic resistance, each meal needs about 25 to 30 grams of protein and 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine to reach the so-called muscle threshold. With 2 eggs as the foundation, you only need to add Greek yogurt, soy, or lean fish to hit that target, helping you maintain muscle mass, preserve balance, and prevent falls. The second benefit is for the brain and memory. 2 eggs deliver nearly 294 milligrams of choline, which equals about 54% of the daily requirement for men and 69% for women over 60. This is a nutrient that many Americans are deficient in, despite research indicating that adding approximately 300 milligrams of choline per day can enhance verbal memory and cognitive function. In other words, 2 eggs each morning act as a natural shield that helps protect memory in older age. The third benefit is for the eyes. Every day, you'll receive about 0.5 mils of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 powerful antioxidants critical for the macula of the retina. What makes eggs special is that the carotenoids in the yolk are 3 times more bioavailable than those from leafy greens like spinach. Multiple clinical trials have shown that eating just 1 to 2 eggs per day for several weeks increases macular pigment density, thereby reducing the risk of macular degeneration and cataracts, the leading causes of vision loss in adults over 60. And finally, the benefit for heart health. Many people fear the cholesterol in eggs, but modern research has demonstrated that in healthy individuals, eating 2 eggs per day does not increase cardiovascular risk when consumed as part of a balanced diet. In fact, in patients with metabolic syndrome, eating whole eggs has been shown to improve HDL function, the good cholesterol responsible for clearing harmful fats from the arteries. So instead of worrying, remember that the key is not to eliminate eggs, but to pair them wisely within a balanced meal that includes vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. In summary, with just 2 eggs a day, you can support muscle strength, nourish the brain, protect your eyesight, and care for your heart. In the next section, I will show you exactly how to eat eggs correctly so that you truly gain all these benefits. Because if you eat them the wrong way, you might completely miss the priceless nutrition that eggs have to offer. For 2 eggs a day to truly deliver maximum benefits for adults over 60, the key is not only eating them consistently, but also eating them the right way within the context of a balanced meal. By themselves, 2 eggs provide about 12.6 grams of protein and more than 1.1 grams of leucine. But for muscles after age 60 to reach the necessary anabolic threshold, you need to add other high-quality proteins so that the total protein per meal reaches 25 to 30 grams and leucine reaches 2.5 to 3 grams. This can be done very simply. Pair eggs with Greek yogurt, tofu, lean fish, or a serving of skinless chicken breast. Along with protein, you also need fiber and healthy fats. An ideal breakfast might be 2 eggs lightly pan-fried in olive oil, served with a slice of whole grain bread, a handful of spinach or tomatoes, and a cup of Greek yogurt. This combination provides enough protein and leucine, plus fiber and antioxidants, helping to stabilize blood sugar, protect heart health, and enhance the absorption of lutein and zeaxanthin from the yolk to nourish the eyes. One important reminder is to avoid turning eggs into a meal loaded with saturated fat by pairing them with bacon, sausage, or high-fat cheese. These foods, not the eggs themselves, are what raise cardiovascular risk. Think of eggs as the foundation brick and build around them with vegetables, whole grains, and plant-based oils. When eaten this way, 2 eggs a day become a powerful nutritional tool to help you maintain muscle strength, a healthy heart, sharp vision, and a strong memory well into your 60s and beyond. When it comes to eggs, however, many older adults in the United States make critical mistakes in cooking and storage, mistakes that strip away nutritional value and increase health risks. The first common mistake is eating raw eggs, runny yolks from unpasteurized sources, or even drinking raw eggs as an energy booster. This is especially dangerous because older adults have weaker immune systems and are more vulnerable to salmonella infection, which can cause diarrhea, dehydration, and severe complications. Raw egg whites also contain avidin, a protein that binds to biotin and blocks its absorption, leading to vitamin deficiencies if consumed frequently. The second mistake is cooking eggs at excessively high heat with saturated fats, such as deep frying or pan frying in animal fat. This not only oxidizes the cholesterol in the yolk, but also increases the burden of unhealthy fats on the cardiovascular system. Similarly, pairing eggs with bacon or fatty cheese turns a nutritious food into a saturated fat-heavy breakfast, raising the risk of atherosclerosis. And the final mistake is improper storage. Many people keep eggs in the refrigerator door, where temperatures fluctuate, or store them for too long, both of which increase the risk of bacterial contamination. So what is the right way to do it? Eggs need to be cooked thoroughly to a minimum internal temperature of 160 to 71 degrees to eliminate bacteria. If you want to enjoy soft-boiled or runny eggs, make sure to use commercially pasteurized eggs. For storage, keep eggs at 240 degrees, about 4 eggs. Raw eggs in the shell can be stored for 3 to 5 weeks, while hard-boiled eggs should only be kept for up to 1 week. Egg-based dishes, such as salads or casseroles, should be consumed within 3 to 4 days if refrigerated. And one crucial rule is to always store eggs in the main compartment of the refrigerator, in their original carton, and never in the door where temperatures fluctuate. By following these principles, you not only preserve the full nutritional value of eggs, but also minimize the risk of bacterial contamination, ensuring that eating 2 eggs per day truly becomes a safe and healthy part of your diet after the age of 60. However, consuming 2 eggs daily is not always suitable for everyone over 60, and in some cases, it may be advisable to reduce to just 1 egg per day or find equivalent substitutes. This is especially true if you have progressive cardiovascular disease, uncontrolled high LDL cholesterol, or are living with type 2 diabetes with elevated cardiovascular risk. Some observational studies suggest that very high egg consumption in diabetic patients may be linked to increased risk of complications. For these cases, doctors often recommend limiting to no more than 1 egg per day while focusing on reducing overall saturated fat intake. The key is to individualize your diet based on your lipid profile and medical conditions, rather than applying the same rule to everyone. For those with an egg allergy or who need to avoid eggs completely, there are still plenty of alternatives to ensure you don't miss out on the essential nutrients that eggs provide. For protein and leucine, the foundation for maintaining muscle mass after 60, you can rely on Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, soy, tempeh, lean fish, or skinless chicken breast. A 170-gram serving of Greek yogurt combined with whole grains can help you reach close to the recommended 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal, and 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine, similar to what you would get from 2 eggs. For choline, critical for memory and brain health, you can find it in beef liver, salmon, chicken, shrimp, edamame, or soybeans. For lutein and zeaxanthin, which protect eye health, dark leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and broccoli are excellent alternatives. However, it is recommended to eat them with a small amount of olive oil or nut butter to enhance absorption. And if you need eggs in a recipe, you can substitute with a flax egg made from ground flaxseed and water. Use aquafaba, the liquid from canned chickpeas, to mimic egg whites for foaming, or replace with silken tofu in baked goods and desserts. The important thing is not to let egg allergies or dietary restrictions rob your body of essential nutrients. Whether you eat 2 eggs per day, cut back to 1 egg, or replace them with other foods, the guiding principle is to ensure you are still getting enough high-quality protein, choline, and carotenoids to support the brain, muscles, and eyes. Once you understand this, you can adjust flexibly while still fully protecting your overall health after the age of 60. So, after all the evidence and analysis, what is the practical advice for you if you want to maximize the benefits of eating 2 eggs per day after the age of 60? First, think of eggs as a nutritional foundation rather than the entire meal. The formula I often recommend to my patients is the 2+2 rule: 2 eggs paired with at least 2 other food groups. This could include an additional protein source, such as Greek yogurt, lean fish, or tofu, along with a fiber source from whole grains or leafy greens, and a serving of vitamin C-rich fruit, all combined with a touch of healthy fats from olive oil or nuts. By following this simple guideline, your meal will meet the thresholds of protein, leucine, fiber, and antioxidants needed to maintain muscle mass, memory, and heart health. Next, always remember the food safety rules when it comes to eggs. Purchase eggs with intact shells, store them in the refrigerator at 40 degrees and 40 degrees, and never in the door where temperatures fluctuate. Raw eggs can be kept for 3 to 5 weeks, hard-boiled eggs for up to 1 week, and prepared dishes like egg salad or casseroles for 3 to 4 days. When cooking, heat to at least 160 to 71 degrees Celsius to kill bacteria. And if you enjoy soft-boiled eggs, only use pasteurized eggs. Avoid turning eggs into a culprit by deep frying or pairing them with bacon and processed meats high in saturated fat. Finally, the most important advice is to always look at your overall diet. Eggs are not the enemy. They are a powerful addition when combined wisely. For healthy older adults, eating 2 eggs per day can be a key to protecting the muscles, heart, eyes, and brain. But if you live with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or lipid disorders, consult your doctor to individualize your intake. It may mean limiting to 1 egg per day or substituting with other sources of protein and choline. So now I want to ask you, after hearing these scientific truths, will you choose to eat 2 eggs a day to protect your health after 60? Or will you still hesitate and miss out on the golden yolk? Leave a comment so we can discuss together, and don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Zone for more evidence-based medical guidance to help you stay healthier and more confident every day.